Hi everyone, it's me. I just want to have like a quick sit down kind of video just talking. There's over 50 videos on my channel as it stands. I've gotten a few comments recently that I feel like I need to just address fully outright. I feel like I just need to make some ground rules. I never really explained this series because this channel just started with me just with this series. I never said, hey, this is what this channel is about. It's just straight jump into it. Also, before we begin, subscribe. I get over 1,000 people watching my videos almost every time that I post. Subscribe, please. I'll do anything. Anyways, my goal in making this series was trying to give Pokemon new tools to make them stronger, more viable. In competitive, in Nuzlockes, in playthroughs. Obviously in playthroughs that's a nothing burger overall, so I just want to go over a few things and I'll just see what you guys think. I wanted to basically retain what made a Pokemon themselves. Initially I was very apprehensive to change any Pokemon stats. That was until Rapidash, I believe. But the real culprit that made me say I need to change some Pokemon stats is actually a Pokemon that I haven't done yet. Lucario. Looking at Lucario, its one issue since day one of its release has been its speed. Mega Lucario sort of fixes this issue, but base Lucario suffers from being under 100 speed. Such a frail Pokemon should not be so middling speed-wise. In short, it has extreme speed, but that doesn't help it. The reason why Dragonite is good with base 80 speed is because it's bulky. Lucario isn't, it has no bulk to speak of. So, an extreme speed, specifically on Lucario, just doesn't cut it as a move that you want to spam because there's so many Pokemon that can switch in on it. And even more Pokemon that can switch in on Lucario and just force it out. I didn't want to give a lot of Pokemon big stat increases, so obviously I just wanted to be moderate, somewhat impactful, but not too big, so I limited myself to 20. Now, I've been criticized a bit for this. Again, I'm so apprehensive to increasing Pokemon stats directly. I'm more open to the idea of decreasing whatever stat that the Pokemon doesn't use like at all. I don't blindly look at stats, I just decrease a very specific stat by a certain amount and increase the stat that needs to be increased to make the Pokemon do its job better. Like, example, the Nidoking video. I decreased its attack and increased its special attack and speed. Now looking at Nidoking base 75 speed in Kanto playthroughs is okay. It still hits hard enough with its stab moves, but more importantly, with a very good special move pool, it can basically be your TM bot learning every good special move in the game. In competitive, a base 102 special attack with 95 speed on Nidoking is really good. It doesn't beat the base 100s, sure, but it's okay since it's a wall breaker. It's meant to leave serious holes in the opponent that they can't recover from. So Sheer Force with base 102 special attack is really good. On a mon that makes good use out of base 85 in actual Pokemon play. Now, type changes. I do this rarely, but if we're gonna look at my previous videos where I have done this, let's say Arbok. I gave Arbok the dark typing because one, Kanto has no dark types, and two, like I said, Nuzlocke's a poison dark type would actually be really good. That's something I feel Arbok would 100% benefit from. I only like doing type changes when it fits thematically with the Pokemon, so don't expect me to give Snorlax a secondary typing. That's just not gonna happen. This is the easiest to explain. A wider move pool gives them more dimensions to their play. Jinx, I gave it fire type coverage, to beat the steel types. I can switch in on it. But there's also something that people actually didn't notice, people didn't comment on, but that's mainly due to the fact people don't comment on my videos. I didn't give it fighting type coverage. If I give it fighting type coverage on top of fire type coverage, that would have been a bit much. Because now we can hit the steel types that resist psychic and ice, that are weak to fire, but what about the steel types that aren't weak to fire, but are still weak to fighting? You see what I mean? I intentionally did not give him fighting type coverage because of that fact. It makes it far too difficult to switch in on. For example, Jinx with Psychic, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, and your choice of a coverage move or setup move. Heatran switches in on it and walls it all day long. Sure, with chip damage, it can wear Heatran down, but that's the point. Over the course of a game, the point of competitive singles that I see in a lot of situations is that you're meant to, if you're walled by a certain Pokemon, but you can take it down with a few hits, you need to chip it down, get it down to a certain health range where your stab move will KO it, and now you're free to break through the rest of the opponent. Pokemon is like a game of chess. You're constantly switching, trying to get a better position in order to find a way through your opponent. So that's why I didn't give it fighting type moves, because to avoid situations like that. Gholdengo can't switch in on it, but Heatran can. I think that's the best example of it. Yeah, I think that's a bit it. This is just a simple sit down video, just talking about my thought processes are. I'm not taking digs at anyone. My community is very small, but I love them nonetheless. I take their words too hard, and I really try to think long and hard on what would work, what mons would benefit from what. Sometimes I do go a bit overboard, and that's okay. I'm not perfect. I'm just a guy trying to make someone's favorite Pokemon better in a whole host of scenarios. Well, if you enjoyed my little sit-down talk, well, leave a like and subscribe. Never stop commenting about what you felt, what I could have done better. And well, yeah, I'm not very good at this. I'm still learning. I'll see you all next time.